Hi folks, Robbie here, M&R Farm. I just got a little trick I wanted to show you on, and I'm sure there's videos out there on an emergency rope halter. It's just an emergency rope halter, so what you do is just tie a simple bowline and create a loop. And really all a bowline is a granny knot with a half hitch over it, like so. And then we'll use turtle for our test dummy here. And so you just run that loop over, run it through here, get it fairly, well, you don't need to snug it all the way up, but you can get it kind of tight there. And then you can just run this end back through here. And there's your emergency rope halter right there. So it's not going to bind up on them. What I really wanted to show you though is there's a backstory on this too. I got the idea of this video. I saw an advertisement for the Man from Snowy River, and I thought way back when. And back in the 1980s, late 80s, I think it was about 87, and I'd been packing and guiding and working up in the Bob Marshall, and I was mentored by a guy named Malnarich, and old Irv, he really took a liking to me, and then he wanted me to, one summer, I think it was from May to the end of August, he wanted me to teach guiding and packing, and there was a school just starting up in Emigrant, Montana. It was called the Yellowstone Cattle Company, and I don't know if it's the same Yellowstone Cattle Company that's on TV now, but that was the name of it back then. And there was another instructor that also worked under Irv's tutelage. His name was Gary Kirchoff, and I think he was at the time working out of Wyoming. He was guiding and packing in Wyoming, or he might have been up in the Selway, I don't know. But I was up in the Bob Marshall. He was from a different area. We didn't know each other until we got there. Well, old Gary, he was a Western guy. He knew everything Western. He always had knots he was working on and braiding, and you know, we'd go into a feed store or something, and he'd look up at the wall, and you know, he's like, "Oh shoot, look at that! That's a Crockett so-and-so spur, and there's a Garcia," or you know, he knew all the old Western garb, and he was just a character. But anyway. Well, Gary, he always had rope on him. He was always carrying rope because he always had a rope in his back pocket if he had to catch a horse or a mule or whatever. And he was always doing this one trick. He was always when he was walking. I mean, he wouldn't even be looking at what he was doing. He would just be doing this all the time. And I was like, Gary, what the heck, man? What is that? He says, well, Robbie, it's a quick bowline. And it takes practice too. So he'd be doing that over and over and over again, and he taught me. And you know, it's for a guy like me who's kind of slow. You know, he had to throw it and then flip it over to show me, and then you reach in there and you just grab that part right there, and it creates a quick bowline. So the backstory on that is like, Gary, how did you learn how to do that? And he said, you know, when I got out of shoeing school, I went home and I saw this movie called Man from Snowy River. And in that barn scene, when the guy goes in there and makes that halter for the gal, he said, I was really impressed. So I just rewinded that thing for 100 times maybe before I finally got it, you know, because he couldn't slow it down, so he had to go back. Of course, this is in the late 80s, so he had to go back, stop, figure that one out, stop, figure that one out. And anyway, he learned how to do that, and and he calls it the quick bowline. I've never seen anybody else do this. And when I got home, you know, one summer, and I taught, you know, all my friends how to do that once I learned how to do it. I just thought it was a neat trick, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see any more content like that, knots and braiding and any of that stuff, I know there's a lot of videos on that stuff, but just let me know, and I will get it to you. Thanks. See ya.